Hey everybody, Joe here. I am back again, and we are once again playing The Legend of Zelda. Here we are starting off the third dungeon. Now, the third dungeon is one that I play quite a bit. This is one of the ones I like to go back to and farm rupees because, like the rope snakes in the previous one, these bots, they're pretty generous with rupees as well, most of the time. Oops. I don't have to fight these guys just yet, so I will skip them. And I have a surplus of keys from the previous dungeon, so I'll make use of some of these. Now, these ghosts are kind of a pain in the butt because they actually prevent you from using your sword for a split second, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of amusing if you've ever played the GameCube version of this on the limited edition collector's disc. You'll notice that they don't flicker the same way that they do on the original game. And I believe that is some kind of related to the epilepsy warning, similar to if you ever played the Virtual Console or even the Collector's Edition disc version of Zelda 2. You don't have that flickering at the end when you get killed. Stuff they do like that. It's kind of interesting seeing stuff like that, especially if you're used to seeing the game done a certain way. The stopwatch doesn't have any effect on the spike things because, well, they're part of the environment. They're not an enemy, really. Which is kind of a strange idea, but that's how they do it. Why, yes I did. And you see, here we are as early as the third dungeon, and they're already making reference to the second sword, so there you go. It's kind of expected that you get it relatively early. Smaller adversaries you can kill with the boomerang, which is quite nice. I've got to remember to be careful because I did not bother picking up the medicine yet, or the note to get the medicine. Whoops. I believe most of you already know which dungeon this is. This is the one that's shaped like the swastika, so it's fairly easy to know where you're going because of the shape. And since these guys are kind of tough, one way around that is to just bomb them. Ah. Whoops. There we go, one down. It's not really a waste of bombs when you are using them to some effect. And I just got a few more, so that's not so bad. Glad I was able to quiet that down. That's one thing I'm glad about in Breath of the Wild is they've done away with any alert like that. At least one that's audible, or at least one that's audible and rather annoying. And these guys, as you see, they're all clustering around where you want to go. So it's gonna be kind of a darn it. And there you go. I have a game over, my first one that I've done yet, and I will continue. Takes me right back here. Let's see if I can get back to where I was. Gonna kill stuff along the way, in case I can pick up a heart or two. Or some rupees, always welcome. You know, never say no to money. So at least that's the way I look at it. And there I go, these guys are back. So maybe I will not go this route. Oops. Should have paid attention to where I was going instead of just trying to get out. Because I think I am going to leave the dungeon for the time being and go do something else. Because that's basically how Zelda is played. When you do run into trouble, you have that luxury. And why don't I see if I can get that note, since I'm thinking of it. Let's refill the hearts real quick. If I'm not mistaken, there is like an alternate place to get the note other than the obvious one, which most people know where to go. But I can't think of it. So I'm going to go the long way around. So this will be like me farming for rupees a little bit as I play. Not something I would have done intentionally, but hey, it works out that way. Would be a lot easier had I picked up that magic bracelet by now, but that's quite alright. I know my way around pretty well. Oops. Wrong way. And all I need to do is see like certain landmarks on the map to remember where I'm going. Not that easy in Breath of the Wild, but back here the map is open, but not so open that you get kind of lost. At least not completely lost. There we are. Boom. Pea hats. That's kind of an odd name. I guess it's... I guess it's fitting, I don't know. They do look like they have some sort of hat on their head. Never understood where they got some of the names for some of the monsters. Some of them are kind of obvious, but others not so much. You know, Octoroks have kind of an octopus kind of thing about them. Moblins, of course, that's kind of another one that's sort of obvious. A little combination of like mutt and goblin, or at least that's the way I always looked at it. Hey, and now I have my bombs refilled too. That's nice and convenient. Hey, just thought of something. Whoops. I think, just for future reference, that... Am I right? No, it must be the lower one. Unless I completely missed the tree there. Oh, yeah, I definitely missed the tree that time. So let's reset the screen. See what the blue candle, if you didn't already know, only use it once per screen. You have to go back and reset it. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think there's something in one of these trees. Nope, I guess not. Okay, moving on. Maybe I was thinking of that tree. Probably was. I mean, saving up for the blue ring would probably be a smart idea at this point. I probably could use that extra health or extra defense, however you want to call it, for taking on those iron knuckles or whatever they are. They're not iron knuckles. They're dark nuts. That's what they are. Now, isn't there something in this one? Yeah. What's this? Hey, it's a secret to everybody. I could go for some rupees. Cool. But we'll see what happens. Don't really want to farm for rupees like that on camera anyway. Well, not really on camera, but you know what I mean. While I'm capturing here for you. And now that I have that note, I can make use of it right here. Let's bring the note into my slot here. Okay, now go get it. You can think of the note, since this is medicine you're picking up, you could think of that note kind of like a prescription. And now I've got myself some red potion, which will be very, very handy going back to the dungeon. And let's just go right to it. Going out of the dungeon and returning completely does reset monsters all the time, every time. And I think that's what happens in a lot of Zelda games that you can go back into the dungeons with. You can pretty much only hit the dark nuts from either the side or the back because they have shields. And you know, that wasn't so bad. If I could just stay off to the side and fire my sword off, I can take them on. And this is just doing this for practice. I don't think they... Yo, they do drop bombs over here. And maybe they're suggesting you to use bombs, and that's why they drop them in this room. Usually there's a lot of rhyme and reason to things that happen in this game. Why they give you stuff, you know, before a room or on your way into a room, something like that. Don't really want to lose my ability to launch the sword, so I'm trying to be careful here. Not my best suit, you know, I'm a little ADD, so... I could just use my bombs, but I think I'm going to save the bombs for the other room because that would be a little bit smarter place to use them when they're crawling and I just need to do a little crowd control to get my way into that room, and or at least through the room. I'm not sure if they are or not, but they seem like they're semi-intelligent, or they kind of know where you are in relation to the room. They probably do. There we go, clean that room out. And here's the room which was where I died before. Just take a bomb. Oh, I didn't even really need it. All I had to do was take one hit. I kind of adjusted the mic before starting this episode, so I hope that the sound comes across okay. I mean, my levels look alright, but they might be a little bit low. And here I have the raft, which, if you did not already know, is a necessity for going into the 4th dungeon. And since that sets me right back in the middle of that room, I don't have to go too far. Oops. Keep hitting pause instead of the menu button, which is pause is select, menu is start if you are unfamiliar. I imagine most people already know that, but still, why not mention it? There we go. And now you can see the swastika right there, plain as day. That is what it looks like. No escaping that one. There's a lot of history behind that design if you're not familiar. Going back, a lot of different cultures used it prior to the Nazis appropriating it for their own and kind of ruining what it meant or previously meant, because it was supposed to be a symbol of like peace or good luck. And it's kind of nuts that they did that. I mean, I'm not Gaijin Goomba here. I'm just relaying facts and whatever. But I'm not here to educate you. I'm just here to play a game and make you watch me do it. If you don't like it, that's tough. There's plenty of programming on YouTube for you to watch if you didn't want to watch me do this. But you clicked on this, so that's what you're watching. I know that sounded terrible, didn't it? Alright. There's 5 more rupees, and on to the next one. And this is the boss dungeon room. And with this one, I am just going to pull up my bombs and see if I can... Whoop, not close enough. If your timing is good with the bomb, you can actually take him out with 1 bomb. I didn't do it that time, it took me 2. And I even opened up the previous room there. But I didn't need that either. Boom. And here I am, picking up this piece of the Triforce. And now I have 9 heart pieces. I actually believe I could pick up the magic sword already. I don't remember off the top of my head. Not using any walkthroughs for this. Completely from memory. And here we are. Yep. 3rd piece of the Triforce. I think I just said 4th. But no, it's only the 3rd. I think at this point in time, I might do a little bit of farming for rupees off camera before starting the next episode. So if my stats look a little different by the time when I start that episode, you'll know why. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed watching me play through the 3rd dungeon. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.